Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. You can find me at hellocamille.com. I am everywhere over there. All right, guys, it's a Friday night, and I didn't really plan on doing this, but I got out of the shower and I was feeling good, and I wanted to share with you all how great my week was. So as you come in, as usual, go ahead and do me a huge favor. It is completely free. Just hit that like, share, subscribe button. I'm going to share with you guys something that happened in the Credit Crushers mentorship this week. Um, hmm This was a huge undertaking, okay? One more thing too. Live viewers, I see y'all coming in. Tell me where you are watching from. You know I always like to know. Let's balance things. Y'all be knowing so much about me. I want to know a little bit about you. So tell me where you're watching from, whether you're a live viewer or a replay viewer, please. Hey, what's going on? Alice Lewis. Hey sis, what's going on? How was your week? Hey Pharaoh, how are you? Like that image, like that name. All right. So guys, listen, this was a really great week. We are halfway through the Credit Crushers mentorship. Oh, wait, Alice, you're in Omaha, Nebraska. I think you've told me that before because I think I told you you would you only no, I know one other person no, that's Oklahoma. Yeah, okay. Never been there. I need to go. I need to go. But yeah, so guys, this week was huge in the Credit Crushers mentorship. We are halfway through the mentorship. It's a 4-week program with me. The first week was like an introduce. It wasn't like, I gotta stop saying like, y'all. The first week was an introduction to credit and just giving a strong foundation for all the other weeks, setting them up so they can understand it. Because what I find is that a lot of times people endeavor to enter the consumer protection realm before they even have a good understanding of credit, which is weird because the consumer protection laws are based on your credit. So it's kind of like putting, what is it? Is it the horse before the cart? The cart before the horse? I always mess up sayings. I don't know why I'm so determined to use them. We got, yes. Oh, is it Jaron or Jaron? Oh gosh, you should have put it phonetically. I'm sorry. I don't like to mess up people's names. But Mr. Wilson, how about that? We got Mr. Wilson here from Houston, Texas. Love me some Texas. I eat very well every time I go to Texas, so I love Texas. Rodney James Pless with the chest. Okay. He said, very proud of you. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. You have no idea. Because sometimes I find it hard to be proud of myself. So I appreciate y'all. Um, we're always hardest on ourselves, right? But anywho, the first week we set up the foundation for all the other weeks. This week right here, week 2, remember it's a 4-week program, so we're midway through. Week 2 was intensive. How about the day before? The day before I was supposed to present to the mentees. You know how I am. Fly by the seat of my pants. I changed the whole presentation. Week 2 was supposed to be disputing, but instead, what I did was I changed it to legal. Because I was like, Kim, what are you doing? They can't really even get into disputing until they get a strong foundation of the laws. But that is a part of the reason why they got a discounted price as the first wave, because I'm literally creating this program with them. Doesn't mean that I'm sliding them. It just means that everything is not perfect. So 24 hours, I scrapped my whole didn't scrap my presentation. It's going to be next week, but I had to start all over from scratch. Why do I do that to myself? That is the reason why y'all haven't seen me. But you know what? It was the right decision. Okay. So this week we covered legal. We talked about so many things. We talked about the top 3 laws. We talked about other laws. We just put together things for them so that when they went into disputing, they do it in a more intelligent and time efficient way. Okay. And then here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Hold on. Oh man, I wish I know how to. Yisrael Yeshay, is that it? It looks so pretty. I hope that's right. Peace and love to the family. Shalom. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Sorry. But peace and love to you too. I'll take all the peace y'all willing to give. Um, Okay, all right. Rodney is on here putting out his biz op. I hear you, Rodney. Pharaoh said, New Mexico Air Force active duty. Thank you so much for your service. Learning letters of rescission and potential money. Yes, I'm missing out on with late payments on my credit report. I'm happy that you are committed to learning, because you're absolutely right. There's so much that we miss out on because our credit reports are not accurate, and as they should be. They're incomplete and inaccurate. Always willing to always willing to give a blessing. That's so wonderful, because you guys do know that our words are spells, and we can either use them to bless a person or curse them. What'd you say? You know, I've been tried for years, sis. Do you mean tired, or oh, you really do mean try, like somebody trying you? It's the delay in the chat, and then sometimes I know autocorrect will mess things up. But anyway, guys, here's the whole deal. I was booking it, staying up all night long, getting together my presentation, right? And how about 30 minutes before we had class? We have class at 8 o'clock. 30 minutes before we had class, I was speaking with one of my friends. And you guys, if you have been following me for some time, there was a video that I did on this channel. It was the best and worst video of all. It was the best because it was the best testimonial, but it was the worst because it was so impromptu that I didn't plan. I was literally talking to someone, this gentleman, and he was telling me this amazing story. And I said, hey, will you share with my audience? I just put him on, once he said yes, I put him on speakerphone and I share it with you all. And my phone was going off the whole video. Y'all remember that? My phone has never gone off that many times. And it was just like every 5 minutes, some alert, some buzzing. And it was horrible. And I was so scared to disconnect y'all that I didn't know how to turn it off. Anyway, it was the best testimonial, but the worst video ever on my channel. And I said that I would interview him again, but life was lifing. And so he and I were speaking right before the mentorship. And long story short, too late for that, he agreed to speak to my mentees that night. So this went down this past Wednesday. And this is the power of relationships, y'all. Relationships are the new currency. I am telling you, like, your life will be so much more fruitful, so much more better. So much, you can't use a double superlative, Kim. You know that, strong and white. So much better, right? When you build genuine connections in real relationships, guys, you can go so much further faster with other people who know more than you will ever go alone, ever. So when he agreed to do the interview, before it was just his voice. The interview is still up, and you can get a lot of power from that interview. But this is just for my mentees. And he did. Hold on one second. So we covered legal. My presentation was on the laws, and then almost all things legal. Of course, it is super hard for me to pack everything I've learned in years in an hour, but I did. Your girl was talking like Speedy Gonzalez, and they already know how I do, so they was rocking with your girl, so it was all good. But I did my hour, and then he came on for an hour. He came on video. He showed his checks. What did he have? 4 checks. 4 checks. He showed his checks, and shout out to the Credit Crusher mentees. Kudos to y'all, because everybody showed up. Everybody showed up on time too. And it is very, very easy, even though they get the replays. It's very easy for people. They do it all the time. They sign up for stuff and they be like, you know what? I'll catch the replay. I'll catch the replay. Guys, I'm telling you right now, even if you ever take a mentorship and there is a live option, be on live. Okay? Even if there is a replay, be on live. You know why? Because it's real time. And I was so proud of them. Because all of them were on live, then once our special guest told his whole entire story, showed proof, and he even went through things that he had never told me before. And he and I have spoken about his situation many, many times. But, you know, every time you tell a story, sometimes people can ask questions that'll bring more out of you. And that's what happened. it was very interesting. I'll tell you a little bit about what he said, but let me shout out some people. Let me take a break right quick and shout out some people. Um, Savannah Country says, Savannah, Georgia here. Oh man, and this is a brother. I love it when my brothers come on eager to learn, because it's always, you know, the women always be overtaking everything. But I love it when the brothers show up. Really eager to learn who I am, 15 USC codes. And you said Savannah, Georgia. So this is my neighbor. What? This is my neighbor. That's what's up. We will talk. Sure, for sure. Watching from Dallas, Texas. Yes, Texas. Everything's bigger and better in Texas. I said if I lived somewhere else, it would either be like North Carolina or Texas. Yeah. But yeah, you always want to show up live, guys. So he told his story. He told parts that I had never heard before. At the end of him showing his proof, going over things, the mentees were able to ask questions. And I, again, want to congratulate all the mentees, because they asked very, very good questions. The quality of your answers will always be determined by the quality of your questions. And they were going in. And so guess what? If any of them had missed the live session, they would not have been able to ask those questions. Another thing that he did was he invited them to connect with them on Facebook, which he didn't have to do. I didn't know he was going to do that, but it was great. So when people say things like, oh, it's too much money, which I get it, like money right now is tight. I don't ever want to mitigate or undermine anybody's circumstances. But I will tell you this, in my experience, there are certain rooms and tables you will never sit at or get into because you have to pay to play, right? He is a very keep to himself type of person. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Most people in the consumer protection space that are getting the real results are that way. They don't have a big social media following. They're not doing YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, one of the groups that I'm in, phenomenal group. Y'all saw me post about my arbitration quiz that I got an 80 on. I'm still sour about it. I was like, dang. But I like that they have a quiz in this group. But yeah, y'all saw me post about that quiz. So in that group, they just did a testimonial this week with a gentleman who was talking about the fact that he had a $27,000 a month. And guess what? He was like, I don't post everything because the minute I do, everybody jumps in my inbox. Everybody wants to email me. Everybody wants to bombard me with a million questions and then accuse me of not helping my fellow man come up. And I just really don't have time for it, because I literally have people that I provide a service to and I contract with, and I have to fulfill my obligations to them. Perfectly understandable. You have got to understand that the people who are doing this, oftentimes they have spent years and a lot of money to learn how to do this, and they just don't have time. See, it's something called equilibrium, right? It's something called a balance. And so if somebody has invested years, for example, my guest speaker this week, he's 26 years old, made what, 62,000 in the last year. By the way, because it was settlement money, it's not taxed. Oh, by the way, that was after his attorney's fees. By the way, he told the mentorship, he told the mentees how he was like how the creditors and the banks, when he was initially contacting him, citing the laws, right? Because people like to really glamorize consumer protection information on the internet, on the gram and on the YouTube, and make it seem like, yeah, you just tell them this and you just tell them that and you tell them 15 USC. You can tell them that all you want, y'all. Especially now that this stuff is becoming much more popular, they're immune to it. And so they're really going to test your knowledge. And if all you can do is regurgitate, verbally vomit laws that you heard somebody who was stunting on the gram or on the YouTube talking about, if that's all you can do, you're not going to get through to them. If that is all you can do, you're not going to get what you're due. It takes so much more than that. By the way, in that other testimonial, the gentleman said when he went to court, he lost 3 cases in a row. The other, not my guest. It was another guy. He said when he went to court by himself, he was representing himself pro se. He lost 3 cases in a row. He almost gave up on his consumer protection journey because he was like, they told me if I do these laws, it will work out in my favor. And I lost 3 in a row. These are the conversations that you guys do not hear. Right? This is the unsexy part of consumer protection information. That's why I'm so happy that my guest speaker told them how he called around for a consumer protection lawyer. We went through this week places where you can find a consumer protection lawyer. And I've actually done that for free on my YouTube channel. So guys, there's a wealth of information on my YouTube channel. The problem was I was doing these videos about this subject, that subject, this. The mentorship puts all the pieces of the puzzle together in a way, in an order that makes sense. And many of you said you didn't have time to go through my channel. I can tell because there are some really, really good videos on there and they have very low viewership. Very, very low viewership. I know for me, when I find somebody, and I'm not shading y'all because look, y'all are here tonight. Hey, hold on one second. Julian Chance Jr. Look at there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What's going on, little bro? So, yeah, he talked about, hold on one second, y'all. He talked about how, hold on one second. You tagged me? Thank you. So he was so selfless in everything that he discussed. He went in, and this is the other part that you guys do not know about. Oftentimes, when you file against a creditor, they'll turn right back around and file against you. And this is when most people freeze up and be like, "Hold up, they suing. They trying to come after me now. They're trying to sue me." That is super scary. Right? He didn't tell me that the first time. I didn't know about that until this past Wednesday. So we were able to actually go through that. When I say he was so selfless, and I'm telling you guys, I don't think this is something. What? Hold on. Oh no, you got to get off. I know this is not y'all. What's going on down? Now see, now I'm cheesing hard and I'm super okay. Now I feel like my parent just came on. Now I feel like, oh, he said, I do you do it. I'm so honored. Y'all, if y'all do not know who this man is, then you've been slipping. You've been slipping because I just shouted out him and his sister. I think I call you and Jen sister and brother. But I shout out this group all the time, Remedy Takeover. I talk about, just follow his YouTube channel, y'all. Just follow his YouTube channel. Do you have anything on there now? But yeah, somebody commented on the arbitration quiz on my YouTube channel earlier this week, and they said, "Who are you learning from?" And I linked them to the queen herself. So I'm not going to do the work for y'all. Go back to my channel, look at my post, and follow the links. You guys have to follow the breadcrumb trail. But this guy right here, y'all, completely selfless. Completely selfless. He spends hours with us just making sure that we understand. And I'm super appreciative. Damn, I spent all day listening to Q&A replays. It's amazing what you hear the third and fourth time that you did not hear the first and second time. All right, so yes, Julian said, Remedy gang, come on, Jay. Oh man, I'm so appreciative to you too, man. So y'all, this is the stuff that you guys do not hear. And I'm telling you right now, there are certain areas, and Dam knows it because in our group, there's people in there killing it. You will never see them on social media because that's just not how they roll. They don't have time for it. They don't have time to dibble and dabble with the freakful people. No shade. I used to be a part of the freakful people gang. But I'm telling you right now that these people are working. And they only want to talk to people of like mind because it's too time intensive for them to talk. If they are here and I'm there, when I was here and I didn't want to pay any money for anything, everything they said went where? Over my head. So it wasn't until I started investing in myself so that when I asked them a question and they gave me an answer, I actually understood what they were saying because I invested in myself to get the foundation to know the terminology so that I didn't have to say what that means. And they didn't have to dissect every single word of their answer. Is this making sense to you? Again, I'm not trying to shade anyone. You get it how you get it. If all you can do right now is free, that's fine, because you can get a lot of stuff for free. Damn, hold on one second. Nah. Oh yeah. I didn't think so, because I'm like, hold up. If you on YouTube, I would know. So you just on YouTube to to embarrass me, to make me feel shy. I can't believe you jumped on my YouTube. I'm so honored. I feel, y'all, this is a celebrity in the consumer protection world. Y'all don't even understand. Yeah. Is this the real damn doctor? Oh, you're editing videos. See, guys, y'all don't understand. So okay, I'm gonna have to do a whole nother video. Oh, hold on, what is going on tonight? Then we got Derek A. Harper Sr. because I'm the GOAT. Yeah, right. How the GOAT gonna call the GOAT the GOAT? What's going on, Mr. Harper? Hey, what's going on, Serena? What's going on, sis? Hola, Kim. Hola, chica, ¿cómo está usted? All right. Oh, you're on Facebook. Okay, that makes sense. Because you don't, and see, I'm telling y'all, they don't be on YouTube like that. And even my guy who did the interview this week, he gave so much to my mentees. He answered every single question. He did not get off until we were done. And like I said, he even invited them to connect with him if they had questions later. And guess what? I feel like he did that because he knew that, see, that you pre-qualify yourself. When you pay a certain amount of money to be a part of a select group, you pre-qualify yourself. You stand out from the rest. It is different than getting on a Facebook Live or YouTube with everybody, right? There's nothing to set you apart. But when you join an arbitration mentorship, when you join a select group of people, right, who were not scared to pay the fee, that makes all the difference in the world. So now when people come to that table, come to that room, come to that circle, come to that group, they give willingly because they know not anybody and not everybody is in there. I told y'all before, there are some things that I will never share on YouTube for many reasons. For many reasons. And it's not because I'm not a giving person, but a lot of times you guys do not understand all of the politics that goes in, number one, having a video on YouTube. Number two, just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Some of the personal messages you will get, some of the comments you will get, and it's just not even worth it. So unfortunately, unfortunately for the masses, you have to basically have a way to go behind closed doors and create a safe space. Because very few people are going to pay a lot of money to come in there and hate on you or steal from you or bash you or give you a headache. But on the YouTube, on social media platforms at large, oh, they do it all day, every day. Okay. We out here collecting what's rightfully ours. Yes, Julian. And here's the whole deal, guys. A lot of you guys are going so far ahead. And in the mentorship, what I'm talking about too is just what are some of the trigger words? What are some of the trigger phrases that you can use to get what you want? And also let people know, don't play with me because I know what I'm talking about. So there are some of you who, when I share this, I want you to think about whether or not this pertains to you. If it does, don't be embarrassed. Just fix it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there are times when some people ask me a question and I don't even know what the question is. I do not even know what you are asking. So if I don't know what you are asking on the first question, what is the probability that I'm going to attempt to get you to clarify? Slim to none, because I barely have the time. What does that tell me? That tells me that if I'm having trouble understanding you and I'm a layman, then most likely if you ever file a court case, an arbitration, a claim, whatever, they're not going to understand you either, right? So it does not matter what you know sometimes if you cannot articulate it, if you cannot show it. So like trigger words, trigger phrases, I was telling the mentees how something as simple as an error on my T-Mobile bill, I was in the chat with T-Mobile speaking with them, and I told them about a charge that I was not told about. And they said, well, yeah, they were supposed to disclose it. And the chat person was acting like, oh, well. No, baby, we don't do that. I'm not calling you for kicks and giggles. I'm calling you for a resolution. And so I had to convey that. How did I convey that? It's not by saying you don't want me to act a fool now, y'all. We gotta mature past that. Okay. While I was literally on the phone with them, and by the way, I had a recording. This week was legal week in the mentorship. We talked about what states are single party states, two party states. If you don't know what that means, there's a handy dandy thing called the Googler. There's a handy dandy thing called the Googler. I advise you to look it up. It's brand new. It'll help you. Right? And I gave them direct links. As a matter of fact, that was a part of their homework. They have to learn how to record their conversations on their phone and their computer and then upload it to a Google Drive and archive it so that if they ever need to retrieve it, it's only going to take less than 30 seconds and they can do that. Because it's not what's happened. It's not what has happened to you. It's what you can prove that counts. Right? Right. So I had the recording of the conversation from when the young lady on T-Mobile said that I get this benefit for free. That's all she said. She didn't say for free for this amount of months. She said for free. So when I told them, she never stipulated a time frame and they acted like they weren't going to do that, I just let them know. I said, listen, I'm coming to you right now because I'm trying to get resolution on something that I see or I perceive as misleading and unfair. And I see that you guys recently had a lawsuit for deceptive advertising, because I literally looked it up on the handy dandy Googler while I was chatting with the chat person. When I use that phrase and when I said, I see you guys recently had a case pertaining to misleading advertising, deceptive practices, guess what they said? And remember, I let them know I'm coming to you before I go elsewhere to get a resolution in this problem, right? So then they said, well, what if we refund you every charge for the last 12 months that you paid for that service? Would that be okay? Absolutely it would. I think that is fair. I think that is, don't you? Don't you? These are the things that you have to know and understand. Guys, there's so much money in our bills. There's so much money on our credit report. There's so much money everywhere, but we can't see it because there's none so blind as he who will not see. And you don't know what you don't know. And they are counting on you to be too broke to afford to get into the rooms where you can get the information that you need from the people who have it, who have already blazed a trail ahead of you. They are counting on you to not have the time or to say you don't have the time to show up, even if you pay to be in the room. That's why I said shout out to the mentees, because every single one of them were on the line, on time. Okay? I was sweating bullets because I was a little late. All right, I got to catch up on my comments. Dan says, stop. Just here to give you my flowers. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I'm cheesing so hard. What's going on? Carl Morrison? What? This is my other brother? What? Good evening to you. That's a true statement. I don't know what statement it was now. So true. Had to share. Thank you so much, Mr. Harper. How can I get into the mentorship? Great question. Because we're starting wave 2 next month. It's a 4-week program. So Savannah, if you go to hellokimilly.com, there's going to be a link that says Credit Crushers. There is a form. There is a form you have to fill out. So fill out that form. Don't miss any questions, and because I'm not actually accepting everyone. So based on what your questions are, I'll follow up with you regardless, but I'll let you know if you are somebody I would like to work with and we can go forward. And it's no shade at all. It's just that, like say somebody says, I want to know how to change my status. I'm not talking about that, right? So it would be unfair of me to take your money and I'm not going to teach you how to tell the cop I was traveling, not driving, because y'all, I drive. Okay. I'm not doing that traveling stuff. I got a whole dependent back there. I got to come home to. Okay. I got a whole, I got a whole teenager, right? I don't need to be taken away in hand because I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. And right now I'm not even interested in it. So that's why the form is there, because I want to know what it is that you want to know. Because if I can give it to you, you're going to get it. And if I can't, then I'm going to tell you that, because it's not a money grab. Okay. So yeah, you go to hellocamille.com and then you click the Credit Crushers mentorship form, and then you fill that out, and we will go from there. That way no one falls through the cracks. I have someone who already registered, and I've already gotten her, even though she's 2 weeks early, I've already gotten her to pull her 3 credit reports. I was literally speaking to her in the inbox today, and that's the other thing. It's a limited number of spots because I'm working with everyone personally. So they got my phone number, we talk, there's homework in the Telegram, there's things that you have to do, because I don't just want you sitting there taking notes. We've done enough of that. I need you actively participating in your own rescue. So I'm giving you bite-sized chunks of homework that you can do to get involved right now. So yeah, now, love to see the love and share Derek Harper. I know, right? See, look at God. Look at God. And I wasn't gonna get on. But the girl took a shower, got a fresh face, and was like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me do this. You laughing at me, Carl? Yes, the handy dandy Jay. You know how the Googler, like my grandma say. Okay, facts. Netflix. Come on. Netflix is free with my T-Mobile plan, and I didn't know. And one of the things, I don't know if you were on, Jay, when we talked about this, I told all of the mentees, get every single bill off of paperless billing. I'm sorry, get every single bill off of paperless billing. Guys, you have got to do this. Why? Because if you think those people are doing that because they really care about the environment and the trees, then you let me just call you Bubble the Fool. And that's what I used to think. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. They're going green. No, they want you to miss stuff. We all know that when stuff comes in the mail, and so many of us have so few things coming in the mail now because so much stuff is on paperless billing. So when we get something in the mail, we open it, and even if we look at it for a few seconds, we do look at it. But when we have stuff on electronic billing, what do? It goes to our inbox, and we don't even think about it. That's what they love. They love it because you don't catch it. So I told everybody, take everything off of paperless billing. If you want an electronic copy in addition to paperless, that's fine. But guess what? You will often find that they don't offer it. They want one or the other. One or the other. So we were choosing electronic for our convenience, not knowing that in many cases it is literally and figuratively costing us. So we're going to get them bills off of paperless. We're going to start getting paper in the mail. Okay, the trees will be all right, right? There's abundance. The trees dropping seeds, more trees coming. It's all good. So we're going to get the paper in the mail. We're going to open up. We're going to read it. We're going to turn it over on the back. We're going to highlight words we don't know. We're going to ask questions. We're going to do all that. We're going to do all that. Yeah, and Julian, there's a lot of stuff that's free that people do not know about. I got this watch for free from T-Mobile. I got some other things for free as well. And I'm going to get on the chat with them about something else I saw on my bill too. By the way, in case you do not know, don't call T-Mobile customer service. You will get better results if you go in the chat. And again, you'll always get better results if you know what you're talking about and you know how to talk. So yeah, that part. Always reading hey Lynn, what's going on, sis? Always reading the small print. Exactly. And then what you don't understand, highlight it, look it up, and have a group. I don't even care, it's not my group, y'all. Because you might not like the way that I teach. The people that came to me, they like my flow. They like me giving education with a little bit of entertainment, right? But if that's not your style, if that's not your speed, that's fine. Find someone who resonates with you and then plug in. But I'm telling you right now, please don't hang out in the freeosphere for too long, because you will do yourself a huge disservice. Because when you're doing everything that's free, there's no priority. So then you listen to this person, you listen to that person, then you asking this person about stuff that person says, and they like, what are you talking about? I never said that. But you're trying to get them to validate something that somebody else said. And then you like, this stuff don't work. No, baby, you all over the place. It's you. And I had to learn that the hard way. Okay? Hey, what's going on? Mara Wisdom says, shalom back. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? You like that domain? Get you one. I know, right? My friend just got one. Candace W. Brown. The hello. I thought it was friendly. The man that does not read is the same at woo. Come on, Love Jones. Let's give Carl Morrison a snap here. The man that does not read is the same as the man that cannot read. And Carl, I'm so happy that you said that. I am so happy that you said that, because here's the deal. I need y'all to understand this. Mastering oratory is a skill. When I love great communicators, like I am intoxicated with someone who has a mastery of language. And it behooves you to learn how to use your words, to focus on your choice of words, to understand how you can use words to move the receiver of your message, right? I know some people who get nothing done yelling, and I know some people who barely whisper and command everyone's attention because of the quality of their words. And I'm saying this because right now there is warfare on the net, on the web. They love it when we talk in emojis. They love it when we use one letter for every single word. They love it when we misspell words. They love it. They love it because if you can't even understand regular schmegular English, how you gonna understand legalese? There's no hope of you understanding what pro se means, what summary judgment means. There's no hope of you understanding what a claim is. There's no, and you just overwhelmed even when you see it. You're like, I can't understand that. It's not funny. It's not funny. They are hiding everything that we need to know right in our faces with the language. It's just like Babylon. It's just like Babylon. So if you don't understand, that's fine. But find someone who can help you decode it. And I'm telling you, start hanging around. Like I'm gonna tell y'all something, because people be like, "Call me, you crazy." I don't be on the phone with people like that. I don't be on the phone with people like that. I only talk to people that I enjoy talking to. And at this phase of my life, I really enjoy people. I really enjoy talking to people who have an understanding of the power of their words, mastery of language, who can teach me something. There's got to be a balance, right? So find you a group of people who know more than you. And if there's a fee, pay it gladly, knowing that you're going to get an ROI, return on your investment. Because that money that you spend is time that you save. Okay? You laughing at me, Jay? That's facts. I can't lie. I'm like Jim Carrey. I can't lie. Good evening. I don't know why I didn't get a notification. Probably because I haven't been on here since Jesus was a child. I don't play the algorithm games. I'm just too old. Oh, oops. Oh, you said you did get the notification? You've been doing mentorship home. You know what? Kiana, I didn't even put it together. Y'all, Kiana is the star student. She took the title from Kazembe, and I love that for you, Kiana. I saw that you answered in the little quiz question. So this is a mentee, my girl Kiana. And let me tell y'all something. Kiana came with guns a-blazing. Life was life, and she missed week 1. But let me tell you, week 2, Kiana came through. Ain't right, sis? Okay, she put taking notes, putting stuff in the Telegram. Girl, I'm cheesing. Look, I got a face with the name. We done talked on the phone about everything. That's the other thing. This is not for forever, because I just like to be by myself. But right now, currently, the mentees they have my phone number. We talk on their lunch break. We talk about other stuff. Ain't that right, Kiana? I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But I'm just saying. That's the current thing. But yeah, Kiana is a star student. I'm happy you jumped on. You're preaching tonight, big sis. Hey, listen, I'm excited about this because Jay, I could be your mama, but you inspire me. And just how humble you are is unbelievable. This is why when people be like, men this or the youth this, I'm like, shut up. Your circle, like, you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. If you say any group of people followed by something negative, I know your world is just too small. Sorry, not sorry. But there's no one thing that every single young person is. There's no one thing that men are. There's no one thing that brown people are. You know them, they just don't like to read. No. You know the people that you know in that group. The people that I know in that group are nothing like that. We are not the same. We are not the same. So every single day, people telling themselves with the words that they use, right? So I just listen. And I don't go back and forth with them. And this is the same thing that's going to happen to you in court. You can watch all the YouTubes you want to. You can follow the people who have a whole bunch of likes. I'm telling you, damn, I'm sure damn is gone because he's editing. But there's a lady in the arbitration mentorship. Oh my gosh, she is fire. She is fire. She don't even have her real picture on the profile. But I don't even think she has a social media. I've met people at conferences who have gotten homes for free, showed me the documents. And I've been like, what's your Instagram? I go to the Instagram, crickets, ain't nothing there. I'm like, well, dang, because they're not on the ground. You know why? Because they're in the world working. Do y'all understand that a lot of people that are doing this for real, they don't need a YouTube check. They don't, like, my YouTube check is nothing now. And I don't need it. It's a bonus. Now, don't stop the super chats and the super stickers now, because I like those. They feed my ego. But I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't feel enslaved to YouTube. By the way, that's bad for your mental health, for your headspace, right? Always feeling like you have to be on social media. That's half the reason why they can get their stuff done, because they're focused. So they'll be in social media only in private groups, only in private chats, only in the Telegram, only in this WhatsApp. You will not see them online. You know who you'll see online? Great marketers. Great marketers. People who want you to buy their ebook, people who want you to buy their letter, people who want you to buy their this, people who want you to buy their that. You know why I didn't do a class where I could just really record all these videos on my own time, package them, sell you a login, and then you just go for what you know, whenever, whatever, like Maxwell? You know why I didn't do a class? Because only 8% of people who buy a class even open it. And even fewer complete it. I did a video a while ago and it was called Course Whore No More. Because I was a course whore. I was buying every course. And it wasn't until I started keeping a log and looking at how much I spent, the date I bought it, and the date I completed it. You know what? The date of completion column was blank. I was just buying stuff, y'all, not completing it. So I fell in that number. Many of us do. So I didn't want to do a class because I really want people to get it. I really want people to ask questions in real time and get their answer right then and there. I really want people to engage with others. And I'm telling you, there is something when 2 or more touch and agree, y'all. Don't do things solo dolo. When you're feeding off of the energy of a speaker that you can post in the chat and they answer right then and there, it hits different. When you're in the Telegram, like, hey, I didn't get this. What was that? And somebody says, well, yeah, early warning service. Yeah, Kazembe had a question the other day about requesting his report, because we're not just doing the regular big 3 that y'all know about. We're requesting from the secondary bureaus. Most people have never done that. There were some people who filled out the initial application. They could have been in wave 1. The price was cheaper. And they've never pulled any credit report. So we're doing that. And if you need some help, if you get caught up, you go to the Telegram, you ask, and probably Kiana will get to the answer before I do. Even though she has a lot going on, I'm just saying. Serena laughing at me. All right, let me catch up on these comments. Is it making sense to y'all? Because again, I'm not even saying join my thing. I might not be for you. Everybody don't like your girl. I don't see how, but everybody don't like me. It's all good. But find who you do like, right? Whatever you like, right? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute, young lady. It's great to see you. Hey, Kim, name twin. Yeah, I've been doing stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of late nights, a lot of talking, and I love y'all. I love the energy that y'all give me. However, I have been just more focused and more zoned in on helping people that have pre-qualified themselves in a way that when I say stuff, I hate sharing and still it not hitting home. Does that make sense? And sometimes I feel like that's what I'm doing on YouTube. I feel like I'm dropping nuggets into like a bottomless pit. Because people are like, wait a minute, what does that mean? And I'm just like, so the mentorship is where I can put it all together. Yes, we talk. Right, Kiana? Oh Lord, girl, yes, I understand. Ooh, oh, thank you. Yes, Jay is incredible. Yes, Jay is incredible and gave a lot of insightful information in week 2. And what I need y'all to understand is that Jay, 26 years old, made over $62,000, not tax, by the way, in settlement money. Now, he got this from the CRAs. That stands for credit reporting agencies. You guys call them the bureaus. You cannot arbitrate them, so you have to take them to court. You have to take them to court. And y'all, court is not an easy place. There's you have to, even if you have evidence, you have to present it a certain way. Y'all think because y'all watch Matlock, y'all know what goes on in the court. That's for all my old folks who were babysat by their grandparents, right? You watch Matlock, and you be like, man, I got this. I could do this. Okay. A great philosopher once said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And do y'all know there's a difference between the federal courts and then the state courts? A lot of times these judges don't even know what's going on. You have to be so well at explaining things. You have to explain it to them in a way that makes sense to them so that they can rule into your favor, because they're not taking these cases all the time. So what did Jay do? Jay went and got not just a lawyer, because that's another thing y'all do. Some of y'all, I'm sorry, don't mean to offend everybody, because some of y'all looking at me like, not me, girl, in the words of Funky Dineva, right? But some of y'all, I have seen this before. You getting a divorce and you got you just went and got a lawyer. Your friend recommended you to a lawyer who's not even a family law lawyer, but you got a lawyer. They don't know what's going on. That's just, right? That doesn't make no sense. Get a family law lawyer if you're going to court for family law. If you're going to court against the CRAs, you need a consumer protection lawyer, not your cousin who's a lawyer who just barely passed the ball. Don't work like that, right? But what Jay did, after not being discouraged by all of the creditors, all of the phone calls he made, all of the years that he studied, he started studying at 21. Here he is at 26 getting what he's due, getting more than what he's due, working out. He even told us about how he and his lawyer have worked something out so that he's getting a referral fee. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Wouldn't you love to have that knowledge at 26 years old? He's even at the point right now where he's helping his parents. That's breaking generational curses. When you can put your family members and friends on game about something that is really controlling their life. I'm going to say this, I mean it with all my heart, no shade. But, selling lashes and lace fronts is not breaking generational curses. Okay? It's not. I started my entrepreneurship selling detox tea. That's not breaking generational curses. Right? My son is not going to be on YouTube 20 years from now saying, just drink and shrink. He's not, that's not him. But what the stuff that I'm learning that is timeless, right? That is how we start to break the generational curses. Educating the people around us that we care about, that we claim to love, talking to them about what is literally controlling their lives. Credit, the laws, because I'm telling you, once you learn how to enforce your rights, it's the same thing that Carl said. It doesn't matter if you can read, if you're not reading, and it doesn't matter if you have rights if you don't even know about them or you're too scared to enforce them, right? So what Jay did was very wise. So young, so wise. He went and got a consumer protection lawyer, of course, licensed in his state, right? And then that lawyer was able to help him get what he was due. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Preach, girl. Sis, I'm trying. I'm trying. Facts. Um, how do you find the group chats? What's going on, Natural 87? There's no rhyme or reason, because honestly, you have to find the group chat that is for you and what it is you want to do. It's literally like trial and error. That would be like asking me, how do you find a good dating app? Girl, I don't know. You know what might be right for me might not be right for you. So I'm not gonna lie, it is trial and error. Y'all, I have paid for some stuff that was really, really good. I have paid for some stuff and gotten ripped off. As a matter of fact, we laugh about this in the arbitration mentorship, but a lot of us met Damn Doctor and Jen through a young lady who stole our money. So, and was I mad about that? Yes. But ultimately, guess what? Guess what? She led me to Damn Doctor and Jen. So it all works out in the wash. Because I don't know when I would have found them had it not be for her having them on as guest speakers. So you charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to not answer you, Natural 87, but I really don't like to tell you what would be right for you. There were groups that I started out when I was first learning this information, right? That I'm no longer a part of those groups because I'm beyond that now. You see what I'm saying? And then there are certain groups that I'm in now that maybe you don't want to go into because it might be too advanced. But if you follow me and you look at my posts, I don't keep secrets. I invite you to go on to Jen Sanford, Ask Jen Sanford, and then Damn, he usually does stuff with Jen. He doesn't really have stuff on his page, but it's the same difference. It's Remedy Takeover, but they don't even really use that page. But I'm telling y'all, I hope y'all can still see me. Let me see if I can grab this link. This a bad chick here. This is a bad chick I'm about to share with y'all. Oh man. Okay, let me do this. Let me go catch up on all the comments and then I'm gonna share this link. Being in a group setting is encouraging and makes one motivated. Exactly. Right? You are keeping it real. Hey, because I really want people to understand, because you're the real deal. Oh, y'all so sweet. Y'all so sweet. Yes. Kiana is the sweetest, and so is Jay. Um, Good evening. I'm loving the build. Oh man, the build. What you mean? What's the build? All right, so this right here, if you go to Instagram and that last part, Ask Jen Sanford, you should follow her. Tons of testimonials on her page. And again, you can go to her page. She's not on there with 50 million followers. Look at this. 2,500. See, this is how I know people that say, I really want to do this. They be lying. They be lying. Because are you following the real people who are doing it? Right? Are you watching the videos where people are breaking down case law that sets a precedence for what it is that you're trying to get done? No, you're not. Right? So we got to tighten up on that, y'all. Because this is how we get hoodwinked and bamboozled. I'm not fluent enough to articulate I love this, Savannah. I love this. Okay? Because I just love people that are not driven by their ego, and they can admit. That's the first step to getting help and to doing better, is admitting where you fall short. I'm not fluent enough to articulate the law in court right now, at least, but I want to get out of that and become a private citizen. Can I learn that in the mentorship? I do not discuss private citizen like that sovereignty thing. No, I don't touch on that. There are so many ways to get what that's for 4 weeks. That's way too deep. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not even something I'm interested in. Me right now, I'm interested in money. I'm interested in money and keeping it super duper simple and being able to deliver something in 4 weeks that gives you a really good jump off point to know where to go for your next steps to get some money to make sense of things, because we are covering a lot. And then too, people got to work. I can't have people on there for like 3 and 4 hours. But I was with you until the private citizen part. So if that's super duper important to you, then I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. But we do go over stuff as far as just how to communicate better, legal stuff, and definitely getting out of debt for real. But don't worry about it. You're saying you're not fluent enough to articulate law in court. Most people are not. And that's where Jay is so brilliant, because he went and got a consumer protection lawyer. You guys do understand that lawyers work in a certain jurisdiction. That's why you hear that word jurisdiction, right? They work in a certain area. These lawyers, it's so key. When you're going to court, you're on foreign territory. Okay? You don't know what they're talking about. And so you're automatically at a disadvantage. A lot of times people have a case, but because they didn't present it right, it gets thrown out on a technicality. So that's where Jay was so brilliant. He got a lawyer in that realm, in his jurisdiction, of course, who could speak on his behalf. And that's why he got over $60,000 at 26 years old, right? With more to come. Okay? So, what do you call it? Yeah, we just got to do better. And this is the first step. Y'all could be anywhere tonight. Y'all could be watching anything, but you're here. So that's the first step. So don't ever beat yourself up, right? Just focus on learning one new thing a day and plug into a group, because I'm telling you right now, when you find a group who knows more than you will go so much further faster, because you have access. See, by yourself, you're sitting there trying to figure it out. If you could have figured it out by now, you would have, right? Who loves pain? Nobody. But you know what I've learned about pain? Pain is necessary until I learned that it was not. That's one of my favorite quotes. Pain is necessary until you learn that it is not. Meaning you will continue to be in pain until you learn how to do things in a painless way. And for me, it is me learning how to not ask myself. See, I used to ask myself, well, can I afford it? Guess what? I changed that question to, how can I afford it? And then my mind, because we are wonderfully and beautifully made, automatically went into troubleshooting mode about how can you afford it, Kim? Then I came up with creative means of getting the resources to afford whatever it is I want, right? And then once I did that and I got at those tables and I got in those circles, I now am not sitting alone at night watching somebody talk to me, writing down notes, spending 5 hours on the Googling this and going down the rabbit hole of the internet. Instead, I'm going into a group, that certain room, and I now have access to the minds of everybody else in that room, because we've all pre-qualified ourselves. And now when I ask an intelligent question, I get an intelligent answer. See? Instead of me going down the rabbit hole of YouTube, going down the handy dandy Googler is handy, but it's time consuming, right? It's definitely time consuming. Jen, yes, Jen is so gangster. Okay, she's the gangster in glasses. Did you see her new website on there looking like Steve Jobs, like a chocolate Steve Jobs? I was like, you better do that, Jen. You better do that, Jen. Oh my gosh, she's my BFF in my head. Okay, Natural 87, thank you for saying thank you, because I really hate to not answer a question, but I'm so glad that you feel me. You're feeling your girl. I appreciate that. Before you build your own case. Yes, and that's the whole thing. We don't know how to build our case, right? We don't know how to build our case. And that's like a science in of itself. And it's really hard, because this is not something that we normally do. A lot of us don't even know how to articulate to our lover what our love language is. So how can you go to a court and plead your case about this CRA? Man, come on. Yeah, legalese language. Yeah, and there's some people who get so frustrated with themselves. They're like, I just don't understand. Well, guess what? Everything is foreign until it becomes familiar. Okay? Everything is foreign until it becomes familiar. So it's okay. But you can't lose if you are determined to win. And you don't quit. Like, for real. Savannah said, I just want some money too. But I know that I don't know. I was just informed from another YouTuber about the 15 UCC, and I came across your content and been stuck all day. Oh, look at, see my heart. Woo, 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 woo. Well, that's good. I hope you're learning something. I have good stuff on there that you can learn for free. But like I said, my channel is like the puzzle pieces, but the mentorship is the box that has the picture so that you know where the pieces go. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But yeah, I don't want to say, oh gosh, we've been on here an hour. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored that y'all spent time with me. But yeah, I just had to come on. I've been meaning to do a video for forever. And I'm just really loving how the mentorship is going. I love all of the mentees. I appreciate everything that they are doing. And that first, and I'm telling y'all right now, anytime I do something, you want to be a part of the first group of people. Because the first group of people who put their trust in me, those are always the ones that I'm going to like really, really go hard for. No shade to wave two. No shade to wave two, right? But I'm just saying that first group always holds a special place in my heart. So yeah, we are doing the dang on thing. Next week we are talking about disputing, y'all. Okay? And not disputing the regular way. And for those of you who have done your homework and you are recording, you are learning how to use the recorder not only on your phone but also on your computer. Remember what I talked about. I will actually be sharing with you guys some recordings of moi talking to the CRAs, giving them the business, giving them the, because I walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it. So yeah, there are certain things that you can do, and again, it doesn't require you being a hooga booga on the phone. I don't raise my voice, but there are certain words. You know how you in church, right? And your mama could give you that look, and you just be like, oof, let me get my stuff together. It's the same thing. There are certain things that you can say to make people not play with you or stop playing with you if that's what they've been doing. And I'm telling you, it is one of the most powerful things you can ever learn. How to move the masses with your message. Okay? All right, I'm going to turn to a motivational speaker up in this piece. And I got to watch Fear Factor with my son. That's our little thing. Don't give too much info. Sign up for wait. Jay, yes. Like I said, I already got somebody that secured her spot early on. She messaged me that morning and she was like, can I get in? And she filled out the form, and in a few hours, she sent over her money. And like I said, we already started working. She was like, what do I do now? I was like, well, hold on now, sis. You early. All right, but here's a little something, something. And I spoke to her today. Kiana said, I'm so ready to dispute. I have my LexisNexis report. Girl, you have your EWS too, right? And I have these credit reports, and it's time. They played in my face, but not anymore. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't going to put your business out there, but that's really, really crazy. And you know what, Kiana, the woman who was in wave 2, she has a similar experience with, I'll tell you in the Telegram. It's crazy. It is crazy what's on her report when she pulled it. And y'all, stop paying for reports. I saw somebody who was like, pay me $1 and I'll show you how to get it. Credit reports are free at annualcreditreport.com. We are still in a schmandemic pause, because of 2020. Normally at annualcreditreport.com, you only get one report from each of the CRAs once a year for free. But since 2020, they have given you unlimited credit reports. Unlimited. This was supposed to end May or April last year, and it's still going. And then it was supposed to end December of last year, and it's still going on right now. Y'all, stop paying people for your credit reports and stop going to Credit Karma thinking that's your credit. Like, this is what I need you to understand, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, looking at your credit report on Credit Karma is like looking at a person who was not blessed in the looks department with one of them Instagram filters. You think that what you're seeing is true, but it's not. You ain't got the lie, Craig. But, and I'm not saying the Credit Karma is a lie, but it's just not what you think it is. That's why y'all be going to the dealerships looking like Bubble the Fool and getting disapproved. It's not funny. I'm sorry to laugh, but I'm just saying. Okay, no, you didn't do early warning services yet? Okay, no problem. But they're another good one too. Yes. I feel like my bandana is going back. Is it? Okay. You have to wait until they send it to me via email with the 15 days from my call. Yeah, I saw you put something about the pen in there. Yeah. Jay, you laughing at me? But am I lying? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So guys, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Special thanks again to my guests. I didn't want to put them on blast, even though they're here. Um, Thanks again to my mentees for trusting me. I do not take it for granted. And like I said, that was the whole reason why I did a mentorship, because I did not want you to just go for what you know on your own, knowing that most likely you weren't going to do it because life be lifing, right? And we all have 50 million things to do. So when we have a set time to meet as a class, it increases the probability that you will show up. And that's half the battle, y'all. Showing up is half the battle. And then showing up consistently, right? And then not being afraid to activate the information, to apply. So that's why I wanted to do a mentorship, because if you had a problem, I didn't want you to feel alone. You got the class and you have me. And because I vetted you properly, I know you're not going to get on my nerves. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. So I'll talk to y'all later. Going over to hellocamille.com. You can connect with me over there. It will take you to everywhere that your girl is at. Thank y'all for spending a little bit of your time with me on a Friday night. I feel so special. Woo, 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 woo. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.